this is either the greatest security breach of all time or they tried to assassinate him.
There's some great Secret Service agents, and obviously there's some ones that don't belong there. But even the people on the president's detail that day, I think only one was full-time Secret Service. As far as I know, the other ones were just HSI agents, random Homeland Security law enforcement people that were assigned from the Pittsburgh office or whatever. There was only 4 post-standers, Secret Service, assigned. Jill Biden had 12 post-standers assigned to an event she had the same afternoon in Pittsburgh. So Jill Biden, who has no constitutional authority or role, not a candidate for president, took 3 times as much as Trump did at an outside venue. Hers was a small inside venue.
It seems to me they used an escalation of force. We saw the rioting happen before he even got elected. Then he got elected, rioting all over the streets. Antifa.
Yeah, Tucker called it. What's the next thing?
Yeah,
they're going to try to hurt him. Both Tucker and Bannon, they called it.
I mean, how could you not use that context? It was an escalation of force.
And we're lucky that he aimed at his head. I don't think Trump was wearing plates that day, and it was probably an M4. Wearing plates, center mass, on a 78-year-old man, probably would have killed him.
I mean, there seems to be, 3 or 4 different narratives. There's the left's conspiracy that it was planned from inside the Trump team, which I don't know. I don't know how you could think that. I think that
there's not a sniper in the world that I would trust to take a shot at me and to clip my ear. Yeah. But what's even worse than that is how many Dems would even post and talk about how much they wish the marksman had better aim. Mm-hmm. If that's really what they're feeling, then how do you cooperate in a republic with people that actually want you dead?
It's a great question. There's a couple of different ones. The other is people think it was the government involved. People think that it was DEI. And then the other is that, there's the incompetence one, and there's the one where we just let it happen.
I'm going to take a break from Sean really quick, just to show the body cam of a police officer who informed the Secret Service days before this was going to happen. Check this out.
Is he a shooter? Did he have a weapon? That was the report. I have no idea.
Are you guys committed?
I have no idea.
Attack resource to the Butler Hospital.
I told them they need to post the guy over here. I told them that the Secret Service. I told them that Tuesday. I told them to post guys over here.
I have no contact with the inside.
I told them to post guys over here.
I wasn't even concerned about it because I thought someone was on the roof. I thought that's how how can you lose a guy walking back here?
They were on the roof. They were inside.
Securing inside. Anybody inside? We still securing.
I told the Secret Service post guy over here.
I
told him that at the meeting on Tuesday.
I think that Congress needs to use its subpoena power to subpoena every officer that was anywhere involved in that setting, interview them publicly. Let a live feed of that interview be simulcast. It's only the massive disinfectant effect of transparency that will actually answer these questions.
Do you actually think we'll get that? But we just saw the Secret Service director get grilled by Congress. She didn't answer anything.
She didn't answer anything.
You've been in Congress several times.
She ducked behind the FBI is investigating, the FBI is investigating. Who is investigating the FBI? Where has there been any information? They should be having a daily presser updating what this is. Was this a conspiracy higher up or not? I think the best use, if you're going to add a different look to this, is to put 5 really good sniper / soft type guys on your advanced team, because the danger of law enforcement, and I've even seen this in company security officers that come from a law enforcement background tend to be looking rearwards, looking for evidence to collect. Soft guys tend to hunt like a predator. I'm going to look at that target every which way to see how I'm going to kill it. I think you need to look at this from a predator's perspective, including upping the game with the knowledge that's come out of the Ukraine war of applying drone technology. Before you'd have a perimeter of 1,000 yards for counter sniper, and now you can have a guy with a drone that can deliver a payload from 10 or 15 kilometers away, and he can control that phone with 4 or 5G. There's not one drone, there can be 20 drones. They can have an algorithm on there that they'll swarm to converge on one location. If you really want to up the game, then put some proper hunters on it. Wars start because of assassinations. World War I started when Archduke Francis Ferdinand, the heir to the throne of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, was assassinated on a botched hit in Belgrade in 1914. They tried blowing up his car that morning. They missed. He was actually visiting in the hospital his wounded guys, leaving out of there, and the assassin saw his car going down the street without guards, stepped out with a pistol and shot him. That started World War I, which killed millions of people, rewrote the map of Europe. Imagine America today if they had assassinated Donald Trump. Would we be in a civil war? Maybe, maybe not. Would there be high likelihood of violence? Yes.
I see all these things. Supposedly they went to the shooter's house and it was completely clean. From what I've been told, there wasn't any dirty dishes. There was no silverware. There was no trash. It was almost like a medical operating table. It was that clean.
The Secret Service was bested by a 20-year-old who went to the range sometime, practiced. Obviously, he mapped it out. Supposedly he had a drone that they've acknowledged, that he used a rangefinder, that they bested him. And he got, 5 aimed shots off. What are they going to do against a 10-man Hezbollah team?
Great question.
Running drones or whatever. That is a level of threat clearly they're not up for right now. Heritage Foundation did a good job of tracking ad IDs on existing phones to find that there was a phone that visited his house regularly that went to some office building in Washington, D.C. That's interesting. That's curious. We should definitely find who that handset owner was. I'm not convinced if it was a conspiracy to kill Trump that they would have used a 20-year-old local kid. Trump's response after they just shot his ear was amazing, was brave, and he responded with, fight, fight, fight. Bad on the protective detail for not getting him the hell off the X, because obviously he's up and exposed. So if there was a second or third shooter, they would have shot. But I think the sympathy and the momentum he built off of that, and I think the Dem leaders realized that Biden was just not going to make it as a candidate. So push him out. Even BLM made a very strong statement against anointing her as the supposed nominee.
Why does everybody give Obama this much power? Why is everybody saying this is what Obama wants?
Every other president, when they leave office, leaves Washington. Rearview mirror, pack it off, go write their memoirs, enjoy their grandkids. Barack Obama bought a house in Georgetown, still running, still staffing, still having a policy role, both organizing the opposition to Trump and certainly organizing significant input to the Biden administration.